Okay, so let me tell you about my son. His name is Sean V. Bradley, like my name, but the sequel is part two. He's 15 years old. He just turned 15 last week. He's been training in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for 10 years in Philadelphia. He also has a brown belt in karate in Shotokan. He just started high school wrestling, and this is what he wants. He wants to do what you're doing. He wants to be a professional athlete. He wants to compete in the UFC one day. So if you could address him as Sean, like just
Yeah.
talk to him, give
What's
him
up,
some
Sean?
advice. Yeah.
My advice to you, Sean, is that as your life changes, you're going to start maturing into a young man. Stay on the path because the time will pass anyway. The time is going to pass. So day in, day out, you have to make that choice of where you're going to be as that time passes. And it's a small investment on a day-to-day level, you know. It's an hour of your day to be in the gym and to get all that knowledge. But looking back on it, it will form a huge part of your life, you know. Day-to-day life will amount to years of your life, you know. So as that time passes anyway, you have to make that daily decision of where you're going to spend that time and where you're going to pass that time, and if it's in the best interest for what your dreams are, you know. So if this is what you want to do, if you're wrestling, doing jiu-jitsu, and you've already had the karate history and you want to fight when you're older, you have to stay on that path, you know. The time's going to pass anyway, so put your feet, your literal feet, in the right place that equals the destiny that you want.
I love that. I want to run something by you. He's, like I said, 10 years in jiu-jitsu. The
Crazy.
karate was when he was little, so he doesn't even like to talk about karate, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I respect it. He's got a lot of background in jiu-jitsu, but he's now just starting high school wrestling. So when do you think he should start to implement like real striking, whether it's boxing or it's Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Right now he's working on his grappling and he wants to stay efficient. Should he continue for the next couple years on the grappling and then start striking, or should he start integrating a little bit of striking now? What do
He
you
can
recommend?
start to integrate it slowly, but as long as it doesn't impede on his full-time like wrestling and grappling training, because that's a great base to have. That's the best base you can have in the sport, you know, wrestling and grappling. A lot of fights end up there. So he can start to implement the striking, but not if it's gonna cut into his time where he's honing his wrestling and grappling craft, you know. Just
I love it.
add it at the end.
Perfect.
Which again is like more time you have to invest, but like I said, the time's gonna pass anyway, so
Awesome.
do what you have to do.
Cut.